Hey guys, Katie Book Corner coming to you with my May wrap up. My May was pretty good for reading. I read a total of 6 books, probably not as much as I wanted to because I had 3 more books on my TBR that I wanted to finish, but I ended up not being able to. But that's fine. I'm continuing them into June. So the first book I finished was actually my first audiobook, and that happens to be Magnus Chase and the Sword of Summer. I've already read it, but I didn't really listen to the audiobooks for the series, but I absolutely loved it. And I enjoyed listening to it because it's definitely something new, and I enjoyed it like I've always enjoyed Rick Riordan books. The next audiobook was the continuation of the Infernal Devices that I'm rereading, and that happens to be Clockwork Prince. I've been enjoying the audiobooks. Again, have physically read this series, but I wanted to give the audiobooks its chance, so I'm kind of rereading all of her series over again via audio. I then listened to Exiled Queen by Cinda Williams-Chima. It was, again, a really great audiobook. I read it physically, and I liked it, but I wasn't fully invested into the story. But the second time around that I actually read it, I actually listened to it on audio, and I enjoyed it so much more. It's kind of how I listened to her other series, and I really enjoyed that via audio more than I did physical. I still did a mix of physical and audio, and I enjoyed it. I then physically read Haunting in the Deep by Adriana Mathers. It was the continuation to How to Hang a Witch, which I enjoyed, but this one was based off Titanic, which was good to read. I then read the novella series Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. It was a short novellas that I really wanted to read again, just because I wanted to go back into the world of Sarah J. Maas. It also happened to be because I was also reading Crescent City that I've missed the worlds that she has created. And the last book I actually read in the month of May happens to be Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. This book, I started reading this book in April, really. And I enjoyed it so much. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars, and I was happy this was the book I ended with. Even though I was reading Throne of Glass at the time, I'm still reading Circe. I'm listening to Magnus Bane, the Bane Chronicles on audio. But I was happy to have finally finished Crescent City, and it just so happened to be the last physical book I read at the end of the month. And it just was so good. Now we just have to wait for the next book. But that is my May wrap up. Can't believe it's June. Yeah. Bye guys.